It is opening day at American Family Field. Shane and Josh are live in Milwaukee to show us what's new this year. Plus, the spring primary will help you prepare before you vote today.
And more rain is spreading into southern Wisconsin this morning, but eventually that'll be changing over to snow. Well, the first warning forecast coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. Shane Hogan and Josh Breider are live in Milwaukee this morning. We'll get to them in a moment. Wanted to give you a live look at the Beltline this morning off Fish Hatchery Road. We are starting off with wet roads this morning, waiting for things to transition over into some snow this afternoon. Kelly, walk us through what will happen today.
Yeah, first of all, we're dealing with the rain, and even though it's not raining real hard right now, I would expect over the next hour or so here in Madison that rain will be picking up. Right now it's down to our south, but you can see how it is lifting to the north in Lafayette, Greene, Rock County, Janesville, seeing that rain. Starting to see some of the drizzle, light shower spread even into the southern parts of Dane County this morning. And you can see on our future track, this rain will spread in fairly quickly this morning, occasionally some moderate showers throughout the morning hours, but it will be just rain for the morning commute. But as we get toward the noon hour, that's when we expect that to transition to some snow. Some accumulation this afternoon could come down at a fairly good clip. When all is said and done, and we've got to deal with this for, well, a couple of days, not only today, but right through tomorrow night. Could be talking about 2 to as much as 6 inches with the higher accumulations likely northeast of Madison. This will be this afternoon right through tomorrow. So the impacts on the roads be pretty minimal, I think, for the early afternoon. But as the snow comes down at a pretty good clip, could be talking about 1 to 2 inches of sloppy accumulation, especially on those secondary roads, the grassy surfaces, a lot of that melting on the main roads. But the moderate snow could reduce those visibilities less than a mile at times. So got one part of the system coming through now. The upper level part right now over Kansas, that's what's going to enhance the precipitation, eventually cool our temperatures down enough to transition this rain into snow. 38 in Madison right now, 37 in Middleton, all this well above freezing, so no icing concerns. I really don't expect that to be a problem. It's just gonna be that wet, sloppy snow accumulating as we go through the afternoon hours. You can see that transition to snow here early this afternoon, eventually even toward Janesville. And as we get toward 3, 4, 5 o'clock, that snow could be coming down at a pretty good clip, reducing those visibilities and obviously accumulating, even though temperatures will remain above freezing right through this evening. 38 right now. We do have a little bit of drizzle reported at the airport. A stiff northeast wind right now at 12. It will be a brisk afternoon, the second day of April. We're talking about that rain transition to snow. More on this snowstorm and when it will finally come to an end coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. Now to some breaking news in the last hour. President Biden will visit Madison next week. The White House says the president will stop here April 8th. Details are very limited this morning. The White House only sending out a 2-sentence advisory. We do know the president plans to talk about lowering costs for Americans while in town. He'll leave Madison for Chicago for a campaign reception. Comes less than a month after his last visit to the state. He was in Milwaukee last month talking about a big infrastructure plan. He last visited Dane County February of 2023 in DeForest. The president and his campaign are focused on tying up the swing state for November. Well, from the 608 to the 414 this morning, we are getting you ready for the Brewers home opener today in Milwaukee. Shane Hogan and Josh Breider hanging out in the dugout this morning at American Family Field. What are you two doing in there?
Look out!
I'm teaching Josh a couple of grips here. I got a little two-seamer, a little curveball.
Oh, boy.
And I got to shout out my dad's Wilson A2000. If you know, you know. This thing's about as old as this
I was
park.
going to say, how old is that glove?
I played with it my whole growing up after he played with it in high school. So that's really saying something. But enough about us. We're here talking about the home opener in Milwaukee. A lot of excitement around the whole field, Josh.
You know, this is always a fun time of the year because we're around the corner, right? I think a lot of folks here, they're like, all right, we're getting to better weather. We're in April now. Spring is here. And, of course, the excitement here at the ballpark. We are getting, of course, that exclusive access here this morning on the field. Best seats in the house. And there's so much to look forward to. Literally the best seats in the house right here. And they're going to be playing the Minnesota Twins this afternoon. So it's going to be a great home opener for them.
Yeah. And, you know, you mentioned the weather. They got the roof closed, obviously. The weather's going to be a factor. If you're headed to the ballpark, parking lots open at 12:10. The park itself opens an hour later, and then first pitch is at 3:10. So there's plenty going on here. We've talked about some of the changes to the parking and tailgating experience. All things going digital. We'll talk a bit about that coming up. Josh is talking about some new food to expect this year as well.
Yeah, are you hungry?
I'm starving.
I feel like there's nothing better than like ballpark food. Yeah, so we're going to see what's new on the menu this year, and of course some of the staple items as well. That's coming up around 6:12 this morning.
We are bringing you everything you need to know here from American Family Field ahead of the Brewers home opener. A lot of excitement here in Milwaukee.
I think the pom-poms are a little bit more my style here, too. We're all ready here,
right.
Chris,
We're
here at the 414.
Yeah, Brewers looking good this season, too. Off to a 3-0 start, coming off a sweep before their home opener today. All right, guys, we'll talk to you again here in just a minute. Well, here's a live look out on the weather patio this morning. You heard Kelly talking about that rain today turning into some snow. It's going to cause some slushy conditions in the viewing area. Wind is also going to be a factor. This all comes as Wisconsinites head to the polls for the primary. Election Day officials are taking some precautions to keep voting as smooth as possible today. Dane County Clerk Scott McDaniel says it's because of weather events like these that he encourages people to vote early in person. With Election Day having now arrived, he says you should still get to the polls as early as you can to avoid the weather. And even though none of Dane County's polling locations are outside, the weather can still disrupt voting inside.
So people coming in with their umbrella, putting it down where they're going to put their ballot, and then the ballot gets wet, that can jam a machine. So that's what I always worry about. We do like a Zoom meeting all day with all the clerks where we have, access to the weather service, emergency management in case, you never know how these things play out.
All polling places in Madison will offer curbside voting as well. If there isn't a curbside voting worker out there, there will be a sign with a number to call to get someone's attention. The polls for the primaries will open in, just under an hour now. Here are a couple of reminders before you go vote. Polls are going to be open until 8 o'clock tonight per usual. If you're in line by 8, you'll still get a chance to vote. Make sure you bring an ID with you, like your driver's license or a passport. If you're a newer Wisconsin resident and haven't registered to vote yet, you can also do that today. Just bring a document to prove your residency, such as a bank statement, bill, or paycheck, in addition to a valid form of ID. Voters today will be citing, among other things, the presidential candidate for each party, although we know how those results will turn out. That's because President Joe Biden's challenger on the Democratic side, Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips, suspended his campaign nearly 4 weeks ago. And former President Donald Trump is the presumptive favorite for Republicans. As his strongest challenger this campaign season, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley also suspended her campaign in early March. Both races contain an uninstructed option on the ballot. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll tell you why that choice is gaining some traction on the Democratic ticket. Make sure you download the Channel 3000 News app and have that handy tonight when those results come in. If you don't have it, it's free wherever you get your apps. Former President Donald Trump, meantime, has posted that $175 million bond as he appeals the judgment against him in the New York civil fraud case. The bond was lowered last month by several $100 million, with Trump's attorneys arguing the full $464 million bond was not feasible to come up with. Trump also posted a more than $91 million bond last month in the E. Jean Carroll defamation case while he appeals that verdict against him. This comes as former President Trump is set to be here in Wisconsin today. It's the first time this campaign season he will visit our state. He'll be in Green Bay for a rally. The last time Trump was here was in August of 2022 to campaign for then gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels. The rally starts at 5 o'clock, doors opening at 2 at the Resch Center in Green Bay. Kelly?
And we are tracking some snow that'll be developing later today. We could see some accumulation by this evening. We'll track it for you coming up on the First Warn forecast.
And still ahead, we are at American Family Field this morning, getting you ready for the Brewers home opener. Looks like we're going to take a look at the new food menu items. We're back after this.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear sharp curves, don't spin your wheels. Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. So you can bet your bottom dollar that we're sharper than ever. 'Cause we got traction, baby. Yours, Toyota sedans.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Toyota Camry. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
This day and age, we spend way too much time scrolling. Instead, join us for some horseplay at the Midwest Horse Fair. Check out insane tricks, hundreds of horses, clinicians, amazing eats, and spectacular shopping. And entertainment like you've never seen, IRL. Sorry, ask your kids what IRL is.
It's the great Midwest Horse Fair.
Join us at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, April 19th through the 21st.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird. With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U, get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, we are hitting the road, trekking out east to the 414, getting you ready for the Brewers home opener today. Josh Breider's live at American Family Field with what I'm assuming are some tasty new eats on the menu there at the ballpark.
Oh, you better believe it, Chris. Right here on the first baseline this morning at American Family Field, we're gearing up for, of course, some baseball, but you got to have the food right along with it. And this morning we have the executive chef with us, Lauren Rue. Lauren, good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It's been a year.
It has been a year, and you have some exciting things to talk about as far as food, because we love our food here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just hot dogs and bratwurst at our ballpark anymore. We're really focused on bringing fresh quality ingredients in an environment that you're not normally find those in. So start over here with the restaurant food. We have some amazing nachos. You could get an X-Golf, a pulled ham sandwich, which is probably my favorite thing on the entire table. It's beer braised ham, Dijonnaise, and a Mornay. We have a beautiful smoker in our J. Leinenkugels barrel yard, so a couple new builds there. So we have a smokehouse trio and a brat trio, all 3 different styles, all smoked summer shandy brats. So it was a collaboration between Leinenkugels and Johnsonville. So really cool. It's a limited time offer in retail, but we'll have it all season at the ballpark.
Oh, it smells so good. It looks so good as well. What about right here on the table?
Yeah, so we have some amazing concessions item, a couple new hot dog builds. We have a Dog of the North, and as well as a Dog Gone Foul, which has a chicken tender, cheese, has secret stadium sauce. So got to use secret stadium sauce, right? Some tater tots. Tipsy Polish is also an amazing build. So again, our sausages being Johnsonville, you have some brandied onions, pickled peppers, French fries, chicken parm sandwich is new this year. It's a collaboration with Black Shoe Hospitality. They've been wonderful partners. And then probably one of the coolest things on the table, which is only found at Section 216, is the Wheat Ball pretzel. So the Wheat Ball is one of our logos here for the Brewers, and we had MKE pretzel turned into a kind of a souvenir for the guests. So really cool.
That is so cool. And what here on this end of the table?
Yeah, so we have our new partnership with 3rd Street Market. So 3rd Street Market is a market annexes in Milwaukee. It's a bunch of different vendors. We're featuring 4 vendors here. So we have Anytime Arepas, which are basically a gluten-free corn pita pocket, some empanadas, Campali tacos, which are authentic street tacos, both steak and chicken. You have sushi at the ballpark, which is probably not found very often in a ballpark, but Godzilla roll, and then some wok fried chicken fried rice. So we actually have woks up in the stand, and they're making it to order, which is actually pretty awesome. And then you can't forget forget about barbecue. So Jack Holt from Smoking Jack's Barbecue, featuring a brisket sandwich here, but does nachos with pulled pork, chicken, and his brisket. You really can't. There's something for everybody here at the ballpark.
And I love ballpark food is the best, but like you mentioned, this is more than just ballpark food right here. This is good stuff.
Yeah, we're really trying to step it up, and USA Today voted us second in the league in baseball food, so we're really excited about that and really trying to just, the team's doing great. We're trying to match their level of intensity to win, and we're looking forward to a really wonderful year.
Well, you guys are doing great. So here's to another year, and go Brew Crew.
Yeah, go Crew. Cheers to you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. If you'd like to learn more, you can go up to the story up on channel3000.com. I don't know, Chris, what I want to dig into here first. This all looks pretty good, but I do have to say this pretzel is pretty awesome.
That is pretty neat.
Love to see that right here again at American Family Field, Chris.
We got the crew here already asking if it's going to make its way back to the station this morning. We'll see. That would be hard to pass up on the ride home if it does, if they let them have it. All right. And loving the executive chef's Raleigh Fingers mustache, too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He's been working on that in the offseason.
Isn't it neat? I
Yeah.
love it.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspiration in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or email him if you have an idea that you'd like to see on TV. All right, big story in the morning here at 6:16. That rain that's going to transition over into some snow today, Kelly.
Yeah, not a pretty morning. We don't really have rain falling, but a little bit of drizzle, and there's a lot of moisture in the air, so it's that damp cold. It's not really that cold, but you can really feel the dampness out here this morning. As mentioned, we do have a little bit of drizzle, some fog, a lot of moisture in the air, and you can see that rain widespread just down the south, knocking on our door, starting to creep into southern parts of Dane County, Belleville, Stoughton, headed toward Fitchburg, Verona this morning as well. So we're going to see some soggy conditions for the morning commute, but it will be just rain, just a chilly rain. Do have some of that colder air working in from the north. That's going to clash with another system coming in from the south and west. That will change this over to some snow as we get toward the noon hour, and it could be coming down at a pretty good clip, especially areas to the north where they have winter storm warnings in Columbia County. Winter weather advisories for areas surrounding it. All of us going to see some snow. The amounts down to the south will be a little bit less, but we are calling for widespread 3 to 6 inches. Madison area may see a little bit higher amounts up toward the Dells, parts of Columbia County, Sauk County, Dodge County toward Juneau, 1 to 3 inches toward Janesville and Platteville. So we got this system moving in, and watch what happens on our upper level winds. This cold air is going to be moving down out of the North Pole area, and it's going to be sitting over the Great Lakes. So you actually see warmer air over Hudson Bay, Canada than what we're expecting for the middle part of the week. So it's going to be kind of stuck here, and that's what's going to bring us that chance of snow later today. We will get milder later this weekend, but probably have to wait until next week to get in the 60s. Alert day for the snow accumulation. We're looking at widespread 2 to 6 inches, some higher amounts to the northeast of Madison. This will be this afternoon right through tomorrow. It's going to be a long duration event, but if you are traveling later today as we get toward the rush hour, the snow is going to be coming down at a pretty good clip. So we are expecting 1 to 3 inches of slushy accumulation on those roads. The good news is temperatures will be above freezing, so no icing expected. That'll continue overnight tonight. So the rain will be with us, and as we get toward the noon hour, that transitions over to some snow, some moderate snow at times this afternoon into the early evening hours, affecting the rush hour. The snow should taper off in intensity overnight tonight, but it's going to be with us right through the overnight period, right through Wednesday as the storm system just stuck over Lake Michigan, just rotating, bringing those bands of snow. That'll continue right through tomorrow and tomorrow night even, maybe even into Thursday morning. All right, 38 in Madison, 37 in Watertown, 39 in Janesville, 35 in the Dells. The first warn forecast, the alert days today and tomorrow for this long duration of some snow, accumulating snow. A lot of it melting on contact due to the milder temperatures, but still pretty chilly, though, to end the week with 40s, but at least we get into some sunshine. Another system brings us some rain showers. It looks like Sunday into early next week.
This is the fourth time in program history the Badger women have reached this stage, the Grade 8 and the WNIT. The previous 3 others, they not only advanced to the Fab Four each time, but to the tournament championship game. Wisconsin looking to keep that streak going against St. Louis, but they'd have to do it without Sarah Williams. She left the game with a knee injury during the opening minute of the game. Badgers, though, down double digits in the fourth, but battled back. Ronnie Porter takes it to the rack for 2 of her team-high 17. That bucket cuts the lead to 2. Then, with under 90 seconds to go, they work it to Tessa Grady, and she buries the triple to give Wisconsin their first lead of the game. But that lead wouldn't last. St. Louis would score on the other end to end Wisconsin's season. 65-60 is your final. National championship rematch between Iowa and LSU in this year's Elite Eight. Tigers won that game last year. This one, though, tied at 45 at halftime, and then Caitlin Clark took it over. She dropped in 6 triples in the final 2 quarters. Clark finished with a game-high 41 points and 12 assists. Here's one of them, to Hannah Stuelke. The and one puts the game away as Iowa heads back to the Final Four with a 94-87 win. Expectations were sky high for Tanner Mordecai when he chose to play at Wisconsin for his final season of college football. And the year was kind of like a roller coaster. There was the good, the not so good, and then the injury to his throwing hand. But through it all, Mordecai showed his toughness and that he can sling the rock. And after a pro day where he opened some eyes with his speed, all he's hoping for now is another shot so he can prove what he already knows. He can play at the next level.
I mean, that's what we're training for, is an opportunity to get on the team and, you know, show that team what we're made of. And that's what I think about a lot, is that opportunity, which I believe will come, and I'll be ready for it. Competitor, you know, an authentic leader that cares about this game and cares to win football games, and that's what I'm going to bring to the table.
And on the ice, Matthew D. St. Fallon has signed a 2-year contract with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, the AHL affiliate of the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Badger forward finished his career with 36 goals and 87 points in 141 games played, and was a big part of the program's turnaround during Mike Hastings' first year. Matty DSP was a 2-time alternate captain at Wisconsin. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Still ahead, we'll show you Michigan's first amputee soccer team. And in our next half hour, we'll check back in with Josh Sprider and Shane Hogan at American Family Field for the Brewers home opener. A look at gas prices before we head to break. We'll be right back.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Now at Menards, get an 11% rebate on all of your automotive needs. Valvoline High Mileage Motor Oil is a synthetic blend for vehicles with 75,000 miles or more. Pick up a 5-quart jug for $18.99 after rebate. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. It helps maintain fuel efficiency and provides advanced protection from wear, friction, heat, and deposits. Get a 5-quart jug for $22.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
No question, I want to spend these months at home with hospice care from A Grace, so I can be with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
My name is Jack Frank. I'm a retired paper mill worker in the valley here, and I work for Copus and Bus part-time on the side. I've had my own route now here for the last 3-4 years, and the kids on it are great. Flexible hours, they work with you in many different ways. If you've got something going, they accommodate you, or they try to get somebody to run your route. Copus treats you decent. You know, all the years I worked here. It's a great place to work.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Because beauty excites. It energizes. It drops our jaws. Dilates our eyes. Makes us look twice. A beautiful home, a beautiful life, is something we create. And we can start right now at Floor & Decor.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Hey, 6:25, we're back here on a Tuesday morning. I want to show you something kind of inspirational in Michigan. It's the first soccer team for amputees in the state. University of Michigan student Emily Eitzman runs the program. It's the only such program in the state. She reached out to hospitals and clinics and found that there was a lot of interest for a soccer league like this. The camp is for adults and kids, and you don't have to be an amputee to join in on the action.
That's great. I mean, you know, a lot of us take it for granted, but, you know, everybody wants to get out there and do something.
I mean, look at that. I mean, if that doesn't make your heart warm this morning and give you a little inspiration, I don't know what will. Hey, soccer season coming up here for a lot of folks. I mean, I think my kid starts next week, starts practice. Those fields are going to be pretty soggy, pretty muddy out there, yeah.
It's going to be a while before we kind of dry that out because we got more rain on the way today. Some rain will be changing to some snow around the noon hour, and we will see some slushy accumulation picking up the kids later today. First warn alert day tomorrow as well with that snow. Finally clears up by Thursday and Friday.
All right, we're going to have more home opener coverage from Milwaukee coming up right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Make way for the event that only comes around once a year, featuring the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. Get ready and get to Ford Truck Month. Choose FlexBuy on F-150 with 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $2,000 FlexBuy and $1,000 open trade assist cash at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Shop family-owned Brothers Maine for our large selection, low-price deals, and free delivery on top brands like Cafe, Hotpoint, and GE appliances. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Who isn't ready for spring and up to 50% off list? It's the spring home sale and big deals are everywhere at Slumberland Furniture. Like this trending comfy sectional for just $15.95 or update your living room for just $4.75. Spring into a comfy Lazy Boy recliner for just $3.98. You'll find great deals in every department at up to 50% off list, including this cool to the touch mattress. Plus, pay no interest for 3 years at our big spring home sale now at Slumberland.
This morning we are live in Milwaukee ahead of the Brewers home opener and taking a look at what's new this season. Plus, polls open this morning. We'll recap what's on the ballot and how long you have to cast your vote today. And outside this morning, things are still wet out there. Kelly's talking about some more precipitation on the way today, too. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, it is spreading into southern parts of Dane County this morning. Widespread rain just to the south. It's going to be wet this morning, but eventually that'll transition to snow. More on that First Warn Alert Day coming up.
Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. We have a lot going on today. We're going to get out to Milwaukee in a moment. We're going to talk more about the snow. We have some breaking news from the White House this morning. We'll get to all of that here in the next 10 minutes. Okay, Kelly Slifka, we're talking about that rain that's now moving into Dane County. When do you think it's going to transition over into snow?
I think we got up until noon or so, about that time frame, between noon, 12:30, let's say, in the Madison area, a little bit sooner to the northwest, a little bit longer to the south and east. Already seeing some of the showers spread in. If you're not seeing the rain, you're noticing that dampness out there. It feels like very clammy because of the cool temperatures and a lot of moisture in the air, but it's starting to rain now here in Fitchburg, headed to the south side of Madison, over toward Monona, Stoughton as well, down toward Evansville and parts of Rock and Greene County. Widespread rain down in the south. That's lifting to the north, so expecting a lot of rain this morning. And more additional rain will be falling throughout the morning hours into the early afternoon before transitioning to snow. We're looking at widespread 2 to 6 inches of snow, higher totals to the northeast, possibly 6, 7, 8 inches of snow, just depending on how these temperatures fare as that snow is falling. That'll be this afternoon right through tomorrow. All right, right now the storm system down to our south, we've got a couple bouts of energy moving through. We had one move through yesterday, another one moving through this morning. Here's the upper level part of the storm. That's the storm system that's going to track right over Lake Michigan. And as it does so, it's really going to enhance the precipitation, and eventually some of this colder air to the north will transition that rain to snow. 37 in Madison, 39 in Monona. So we're all well above freezing. None of this icing. We're not expecting really icing concerns. But we will see that snow transition, or that rain to snow transition here around the noon hour. Madison, Watertown, down toward Platteville, then sinking down toward Janesville. All of us, as we get toward the rush hour, the dinner hour, just seeing snow, and that could be coming down at a pretty good clip. Visibility's down less than a mile, so some of that would be accumulating, especially on the grassy surfaces and possibly even especially those side roads. As that visibility gets down, that snow comes down moderately. 38 right now with some rain showers spreading into southern parts of Dane County. Temperatures in the 30s with that transition to rain to snow around the noon hour. More on the snowstorm coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you. A reminder, folks, you can track that snow yourself with the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather and Traffic app. Get it wherever you get your apps. Now to some breaking news this morning. President Biden will travel to Madison next Monday, April 8th. Details are very limited this morning with the 2-sentence advisory from the White House. We do know the president will talk about lowering costs for the American public. This less than a month after the president was just in Wisconsin. He last visited Dane County, February of 2023. The most recent visit from the president was in Milwaukee last month. The president and his campaign are focused on tying up swing states ahead of the November election. The White House says we can expect more details about the Madison trip coming up here shortly. Well, the Brewers open up the 2024 season at American Family Field today. Shane Hogan is live at the ballpark this morning with what fans can expect this season. Hey, Shane.
Hey, Chris. Good morning. Yeah, it's been a fun morning here at AM Fam Field, getting ready for the Brewers home opener. To talk more about the team and what we can expect this year, I want to welcome in Josh Mauer, radio broadcaster with the team. Josh, good morning.
Good morning. It's so good to be here. It's good to have you guys here.
I mean, it's one of the great days on the calendar year, right? It's a clean slate for the team. So what can we expect from kind of an upstart, maybe underrated Brewers team this year?
It should be a holiday, right?
Yeah,
opening day here in Milwaukee.
Right.
Well, I can tell you that they played so well in their opening series against the Mets this weekend. The thing about it was there was that youthful energy that was just fun to watch, and it seemed to be infectious, even on the veterans, the way that they played. So 12 of the 26 players. There's 26 guys that are active at any given point on a baseball team. Almost half of them had never played on an opening day before.
Unbelievable.
So there were a lot of nerves, I imagine, but it didn't show. And the older guys like Christian Yelich came out and played a great series. New manager Pat Murphy seemed to push all the right buttons. And it was just a perfect way to start before they came home here today.
Yeah, so when fans, get in the ballpark today, maybe you're going to see some faces that they aren't familiar with, including the manager, like you said, Craig Counsell down now with the Cubs. So, Murph is in the big chair now. What are fans kind of in store for with him at the helm?
You know what's interesting? I think you would have just assumed that had Pat Murphy taken over for Craig Counsell, which he did, it would have been more of the same.
Sure.
Because they were so aligned. Murph had coached Craig in college. They had been here for 8 seasons together. But it does seem like he's going to do things his own way, and he's bringing a little different style of play to the team, a little more rugged perhaps. And I'll tell you what, they're going to be aggressive. People are going to love watching this Brewers team this year. You can't win every game, but I think they'll be in a lot of games, and they're going to play really hard in an exciting brand of baseball.
Yeah, kind of classic Brewers, right? Maybe not going to blow you away with some of the biggest names in the game, but guys who are here, and they've got some great young talent that I'm sure this team is going to really rally around too.
You got to get to know this one name. If nothing else,
tell us about him.
You've got to learn Jackson Chourio. Chourio is 20 years old. He just turned 20 years old. And he made his big league debut this weekend. He was all over the bases. He made some great catches out in right field, which is where he's going to be playing, it looks like, for this first season in the big leagues. This guy is one of the top young players in the sport. There's a reason for it. I'm telling you, he's worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
Jackson Chourio, learn the name. You're going to hear it a lot over the next 10, 15 years here in Milwaukee.
If all things go right? All right, Josh, thanks so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
And happy opening day here for the Brewers. There's a lot of reasons to be excited. You just heard it, a lot of young talent. So it's going to be a fun season for Milwaukee, and we are keeping you excited here with everything you need to know from American Family Field. Chris?
All right, Shane. We'll check in with Josh Breider to tell us about some of the new things at the ballpark coming up here in just a little bit, too. Now to the spring primary. Polls open in less than 30 minutes, so here's what you need to know today. Polls open at 7. They're going to be open until 8 o'clock tonight. If you're in line by 8, you'll still be able to vote. Today's ballots will have presidential primaries and 2 constitutional amendments. Some folks will also see a school referendum question or 2 on their ballots. You can find your polling place by going to myvote.wi.gov. For the presidential primary on today's ballot, voters will, of course, find President Biden for Democrats and former President Donald Trump for the Republicans. Those are the only 2 names for each party that are still in the race. There is another option, though. Progressive groups are calling on Democrats to vote uninstructed today. They're hoping to send a message to the Biden administration in opposition to his policy on Israel's war in Gaza.
Voters are saying we do not support the administration's position in terms of supporting Netanyahu's brutal war on Palestinian women and children.
Republicans can also choose to vote uninstructed, though there's no organized movement from conservatives to do that. In a response to News 3 Now, the president's campaign says the president believes making your voice heard and participating in our democracy is fundamental to who we are as Americans. He shares the goal for an end to the violence and a just, lasting peace in the Middle East, and he is working tirelessly to that end. News 3 Now will have election coverage all day long. You can follow along on Channel 3000 and the News 3 Now mobile app for those results later tonight. Now to continuing coverage of the Rockford stabbings. The man accused of going on a killing spree will be in court today. 22-year-old Christian Soto is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. Police say Soto stabbed and ran over 3 of his victims. He also broke into a home and beat 3 teenage girls with a bat, killing one of them. In court today, a judge will decide whether Soto should remain in jail pending trial. To Women's March Madness, Iowa is headed to the Final Four. In a rematch of last year's national championship, Caitlin Clark and Iowa took down LSU. Clark finished with 41 points. Here's what she had to say after the win.
We told ourselves we're the 1 seed for a reason. We've earned this. We deserve to be in these moments. We're prepared for these moments. We never hung our head when things didn't go our way, and that can get you a long way. And, I'm just proud of this group to go back to the Final Four. And, you enjoy this, and then you get to Cleveland and you start prepping for your next game. We want to win 2 more, and, I think we have the power to do that.
The final last night, 94-87. The Hawkeyes will now play UConn this Friday for a chance to advance to the national championship. All right, let's take a live look at the roads out there this morning as traffic starts to pick up on the Beltline. This is at West Broadway. It is wet. Road's wet. We're going to start seeing some more rain push into Dane County here in the next hour or so into the Madison area. And Kelly, you've been telling us that this rain is going to transition into some snow today.
Yeah, we're just going to deal with the wet roads this morning, and the rain's starting to pick up just to our south, and that'll be spreading in here within an hour, and could be coming down at a pretty good clip. That transition occurs afternoon, so this morning, okay. It's going to be this afternoon that we're talking about some slushy snow accumulation, and the visibility is getting down less than a mile.
Yeah, so is that the main concern today? Visibility, wind, or is it the road conditions?
Well, the road conditions are going to be sloppy. There's no doubt about that. But with temperatures on the mild side, we've been relatively mild over the last week or so. The ground is warm, but you can see some of that already transitioning to snow up toward the Dells. That's coming our way. We'll track that snow for you coming up with the first warn forecast.
And from the 608 to the 414 this morning, we are getting you ready for the home opener for the Milwaukee Brewers. Coming up next, live from American Family Field, everything you need to know as we kick off this Tuesday.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Enjoy one of our tasty bagel sandwiches paired with a caramel frappe.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Why won't you? Want fresh air.
Hun!
You need the experts.
The home renewal experts at Belco will make your project a breeze with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 6 years.
Free installation won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feltco.
I think when people come into the gym, they're often coming sometimes to change a certain aspect of themselves, to feel good enough, skinny enough, muscular enough, whatever enough. But you are enough. You are worthy of showing up for yourself. And it does start from a place of self-love. And having the people here in the community makes it so much easier. Again, it takes courage to even tell yourself that you're worthy and then to walk through these doors. So join me. Be courageous. Make those daily decisions for a better tomorrow. Start with courage. Let's go.
Best areas that we found, unfortunately, which is probably the area that we found were suffering the most, was from tax. And so by building this wealth optimization team, right, where we can bring in CFAs, CFPs, tax attorneys, CPAs, and really get to the heart of the matter of, targeted, risk, institutionally managed portfolios, to specialized indexing strategies, to basically helping people make that transition from accumulation to distribution and understand that it's a whole nother game.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
It's 6 p.m. in Wisconsin, and you want to know what happened throughout the day. That's where News 3 Now at 6 comes in. Moving forward, while you're navigating your day, we're out in the community, uncovering the stories and finding the answers you're looking for. Local breaking news, in-depth reports, getting to the heart of events and issues that matter here. And when bad weather is on the way, we warn you first. Start your evening with News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward. Weeknights. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka on the second day of April. And yes, we're talking about some snow. Not yet, but as we get through the afternoon hours, some accumulating snow. This is going to be impacting us for a couple of days. Very slow-moving storm moving in. And you know what? We could use a break from the rain. It seems like the same areas continue to get soaked with rain, basically from Madison down toward Janesville and Monroe. That's where the heaviest rain fell. You can see some of those lighter blues indicating over an inch of rain in southern parts of Dane County. So some of these locations over the last couple of weeks have seen 4, 5, 6 inches of rain. Some areas that really need it are up closer to the dells, lighter amounts that we had over the last 24 hours. Do have more rain coming in, once again, from the south. That's where we're seeing the rain. It is spreading throughout Dane County, but been steady rain there in Monroe, Janesville this morning, and that does extend down into northern Illinois. So that's the rain. You see some of that transitioning to some snow. That's some colder air that's going to meet up with some of this moisture coming in from the south, and that's what's going to change this rain over to some moderate snow at times going into the afternoon. Right now, you can see that tongue of rain that's moving into Dane County, basically the eastern part of Dane County, Stoughton, headed up towards Sun Prairie as well. So here comes the system. We've got the colder air lurking to the north. As we get toward the noon hour here in Madison, I expect this rain to transition to snow, and as it does so, it could come down at a fairly moderate clip, reducing visibilities down to a mile or less at times. This will affect the afternoon commute, but notice how the storm system just does not move. It moves over Lake Michigan, and then it's just stuck there, and it just continues to rotate and bring us more bands of snow going into tomorrow. With the duration of this, we could be talking about some significant snows, especially to the north of Madison, Columbia County. Then as you head into the Fox cities, winter storm warnings in effect from 1 until 10 o'clock. Winter weather advisories for Madison, Watertown, then up to the Dells, Lone Rock, and Richland Center. So the heaviest snow likely to fall just north of Madison with over 6 inches of snow. Madison, 3 to 6 inches of snow, somewhat lighter amounts down the south. A lot of this melting on contact as it falls, but some of the grassy surfaces could see some fairly significant snow amounts. Generally 2 to 6 inches, the higher amounts once again northeast of Madison. And this will continue not only this afternoon, but tonight right through tomorrow. Let's get through this afternoon, the commute. 1 to 3 inches generally on the grassy surfaces, but I wouldn't doubt if there isn't some slush accumulation, especially those secondary roads, those back roads, and visibility will be reduced because of that moderate snow coming down at times. So rain this morning, solid area rain, changes over to snow at around the noon hour. Temperatures, though, are above freezing, so no icing concerns expected. Just some moderate snow later today through this evening, and going into tonight, it should become a little bit more scattered, at least not as heavy, but it'll be with us right through tomorrow night. The system is not moving out anytime soon, even into a Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Still could see some snow showers. So, all right, Spring, where are you? 38 right now in Madison, 39 in Janesville, 35 in the Dells, across Dane County, 37 in Sauk City, and also Wanakee. All right, our first warning forecast, the alert days for the accumulating snow today and tomorrow. That lightens up Thursday morning. Still can't rule out a snow shower or flurry in the morning. Temperatures in the 40s to end the week. We get back in the 50s, 60s. We'll have to wait until next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. It's the home opener for the Milwaukee Brewers today, so we're in the 414, letting you know everything new that's at the ballpark this season. Josh Breider's live at American Family Field to show us. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, Chris. Yeah, we're all about those new experiences, right? We're back here. The home opener is here. And this is a great time of the year because we've reached that point where, hey, baseball is here and we're also talking about better weather. Unfortunately, not in the forecast today, but we're also talking about the experience right here at American Family Field. Tom Hecht is here to talk more about that. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning. Happy opening day.
Yes, happy opening day. I wish you were talking about like 60 degrees and sunshine, but I guess that's what we got the roof for.
We got 65 degrees and no rain in here. It's perfect.
You can't really beat that.
No, I mean, April and May in Wisconsin can sometimes be a little bit of a, off. So we always know in our ballpark, it's always going to be a beautiful day in the ballpark.
You guys always have us covered, and there are some new things that people are going to see this year. First up, right behind us, you can't really miss it.
Yeah, the scoreboard obviously is a thing that everybody's going to see when they come in the ballpark. 12,000 square feet of space, twice as large as the old one. We've added a scoreboard in right field as well. So dynamically going to enhance the experience here at the ballpark.
So, and it's all about the fan experience, and you guys are always putting the fan first.
You know, we're excited to showcase our ballpark to people. When they come in, they haven't been here since October to see all the new things. The scoreboard, obviously, is a thing that people are going to notice first, but we also did a big renovation to our flagship team store, adding over 1,000 square feet of space. We've brought in this year, we're in collaboration with the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. We brought in the 3rd Street Market Hall Annex. So lots of new food in the ballpark, games, all sorts of fun in the ballpark. We're excited for people to see it.
You guys are always taking it to the next level, but you're also really focusing local, which I think a lot of Wisconsinites really like.
You know, that's always been important to us, working with companies like Johnsonville on our sausage. The 3rd Street Market Hall, we're using 4 local vendors who are from here and bringing the experience that they have to this ballpark. For us, it's really important.
So best advice for folks coming to the home opener today?
Get in early and walk around, see the ballpark, see all the new things we have going on. It's a great place to be, and it's dry.
You know, yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, especially with this forecast, because this week isn't really looking that great. But you guys always have it. I mean, this is really a nice escape right here at the ballpark.
You know, we take a tremendous amount of pride in this ballpark. You know, the ballpark opened up over 20 years ago, and I have people who walk in here and feel like this ballpark must have just opened up in the last year or two. We spend a lot of time keeping it as clean as we can as ballpark, adding in new assets to the ballpark. Every year you come in, it's a little bit different, but it's always nice.
Yeah, it's fresh, it's clean, it smells good in here. You guys are ready.
Yes, the grass. I always love when they pull the tarp off in March and the field is as green as can be. I mean, I wish my grass looked as good as that in March, but it is beautiful in here. And you know, to me, the great thing about opening day is to me it is really the true beginning of spring. You know, no matter what the weather is like, opening day means the beginning of spring, and summer's right around the corner.
Yeah, the green grass is giving me hope.
Yeah. Well, we're excited for people to see it this year.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy opening day again.
Yes, happy opening day. If you'd like to learn more about this year, right here at American Family Field and the Milwaukee Brewers, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. Chris, live in the 414. We're having a ton of fun here in Milwaukee this morning.
That scoreboard is enormous. Josh Breider live in Milwaukee. Thanks. Coming up next, we'll run down the day's top stories in the morning spreads. If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know. We'll show their picture on TV. We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We can all help fight climate change and battle rising food costs. With garden mats, we can all eliminate trips to the store and grow our own organic vegetables right in our backyard. Go to gardenmats.com.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird. With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U, get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
At Sarginians, we're flipping the floor buying experience. For nearly a century, we've been at the forefront of flooring trends. And now, we're stepping into a new era where technology meets style and decision-making is effortless. Experience the future of flooring at Sarginians today.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Tempur-Pedic designed the Ergo Pro Smart Base to help you fall asleep more easily. It's the only smart base that features our exclusive Soundscape mode that synchronizes a gentle massage with relaxing sounds to help you drift peacefully off to sleep.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Save on new Champion windows during replacement window season. Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free.
If your windows are drafty, ugly, or broken, your home needs our windows. We design, build, install, and guarantee it for life. We have enough hands to help you every step of the way.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks.
Buy two, get two won't last long. Call or schedule online at getchampionwindows.com.
Learning to play better golf can be a challenge for anyone, so let PGA professional Joel Weitz improve your play the fundamental way with simple 1-minute golf tips. Fridays on News 3 Now at noon. Brought to you by Vitense Golfland.
We can all help fight climate change and battle rising food costs. With garden mats, we can all eliminate trips to the store and grow our own organic vegetables right in our backyard. Go to gardenmats.com.
Unbox the future. Join Girl Scouts.
6:54, time for the morning sprint. We're checking in with Shane in Milwaukee ahead of today's home opener. Shane?
Hey, Chris, that's right. We're here at AmFam Field ahead of the Brewers home opener. First pitch coming up at 3:10. As fans head to the ballpark, they're going to see these QR codes in the parking lot. Whole new parking experience here at AmFam. You're going to want to bring your phone, scan that QR code, and that will help you make sure you get where you need to be for today and the rest of the season. A lot of excitement here in Milwaukee. Chris?
Thanks, Shane. We're also following some breaking news this morning from the White House. President Biden will be in Madison April 8th, next Monday. He plans to talk about lowering costs for Americans. It comes less than a month after his last visit to Wisconsin. He last visited Dane County February of 2023. The president and his campaign are focused on tying up those swing states ahead of November. The White House says we can expect more details of the trip ahead of the visit. It is voting day in Wisconsin. The spring primary polls open up here in less than 5 minutes. They close at 8 o'clock tonight. Anyone still in line at 8 o'clock will be able to vote. You can find your polling place by going to myvote.wi.gov. Voters in Beloit can get free rides to the polls today. For the primary, the city is waiving fares. Polls close at 8, but buses won't be running that long, so plan accordingly. The suspect in the Rockford stabbings will be in court today. 22-year-old Christian Soto is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. Today, a judge will decide whether Soto should remain in jail pending trial. Well, the Powerball is getting up there. No one won last night's jackpot, so it's now over $1 billion. The next drawing is tomorrow night.
All right, good morning. Coming up on 7 o'clock, the rain moving back in from the south. So we are looking at a pretty solid area of rain here that's moving into the Madison area. Noticing it is transitioning to some snow up to the north. We'll see that transition in Madison around the noon hour. May come down moderately at times with visibilities less than a mile. And this snow is not going anywhere anytime soon. We've got that snow that'll continue right through this afternoon, tonight, right into tomorrow. Temperatures, though, are above freezing today. So that is going to help melt some of the snow as it falls. Alert day continues for that accumulating snow tomorrow as well.
All right. You can track the snow yourself with that First Warn Weather app. We're back in 30 minutes with the news and weather update.